I don't do Excel forms. I don't put little budgets and numbers in a calculator. No. I don't spend my money. I save it and I look at my account and see all the money that's in there. So if you're like me, then keep watching this. Anyway. Oh God. What's up, you guys? It's Sheridan back with another video, and currently dressed as Steve Jobs because I am here to give you a financial advice video. You read the title correctly. In the past 5 years of living in New York, I have saved up to $100,000. And I was like having brunch with a friend one day, told her this, and she was like shook. She was like, how were you able to save that much money, especially in New York? Like, that is just unheard of. People are just living day by day, paycheck by paycheck here. How did you do it? So I was like, you know what, I should probably make a video on this. I originally did make a financial advice video. I will link it up here. It's been out for a while, but I recently changed the title because the original title was financial advice for people who are tired of hearing it from white men. Yeah, and I realized that probably wasn't the best title to use. So I've recently changed it and link it because it really does have some good stuff on there, and I'm going to do different points on this video, so watch that one and then come back to this one and watch this one. Tip number 1, get your mentality in order. And I know before you click off this video, please just listen, just like for a little bit. It's like trying to lose weight or trying to do anything, trying to create a habit. You have to mentally prepare yourself for this journey. This is not an easy journey to go down. If it was easy, then everyone would be rich and would have all this money saved. If you want to save money, you have to mentally prepare yourself that doesn't mean just putting money in the bank and holding it there. That means maybe I can't buy that Gucci bag. Let's be honest here. Maybe I can't go out every single night and order Uber Eats for every single meal of the day. Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. You know, maybe that means I have to skip out on some of these vacations and I can't go everywhere that my friends go. You need to be honest with yourself. Number 1, get your mentality, that noggin, get it in order, get it straight, and mentally prepare yourself for this journey that you're about to go on, which is saving money. Number 2, live below your means. And I feel like this is obvious. You're right there, not over there. I feel like this is obvious. You know, like, I feel like this is the only step that you need to know, but for some reason it's the hardest. If you just live below your means, you're going to have more money to, you know, do things with.
That's how we ball out. Strip clubs and dollar bills. Still got my money. That's all y'all need.
It really is that simple. It's so hard when people come to New York because they see lives glamorized on YouTube, number 1, on Instagram, about these influencers who have all this money and they get the nicest apartment. Everyone wants the nice and shiny Soho apartment, live that real New York life, have your own New York studio. But y'all, that's expensive. Like, I know you guys know this, which is why you're clicking on this video to watch, but you cannot have it all, especially in New York. You know, like, if you want to live on your own by yourself, that is great, but you need to also realize that you're either making a lot of money to where you can afford to have this lavish lifestyle and privilege of living on your own and still being able to save money on the side. But you can't have it all. You're not gonna have both. And in order to save money and still be able to grow and set yourself up for success, for retirement and financial freedom, you have to live below your means. So if you know you only make a certain amount, do not get an apartment that is so expensive to where you are living paycheck to paycheck. Like, it really is that simple. It really is. But so many people get so caught up with, no, I can't have roommates, I need to live by myself, blah blah blah. You can't have both. You can't have it all. I'm sorry. Yeah. Also, you guys, if you want to save money, like, you have to also be making money. Like, I went a very long time only making like minimum wage, was part-time, and when I was at that level, I was not saving money. You know, I was just trying to get by and live paycheck to paycheck and just pay my bills. And I went through that mentality for 2 years of just trying to make it in New York and pay my bills and just not be a homeless at that point, that when I did find a real job and I started to make a substantial amount of more money, I just kept that mentality. I kept that mentality like I was still living paycheck to paycheck, and that's how I lived. And so I was like, if I can go only living on basically $1,100 a month, then I can still do that now. So I make definitely more than $1,100 a month now, but whatever I don't need to live and sustain my lifestyle, I save it. So I save a ridiculous amount of money every single month, you guys. I'm just gonna be honest with that. You definitely don't need to be saving like more than half of your paycheck. But like I said, I went through the mentality. I lived it for 2 years. I was able to live with the bare minimum and still be happy and still be able to travel and still be able to do all of these things that I want to do. If I can still live with that amount of money, then all the rest is like I can save. Like, I don't need it. And so these are your times to be frugal, to live like you're still in college. Like, in your 20s is the time to do it while you don't have major responsibilities, if you don't have kids, you know, like, do this now, because this is going to set you up so much further than everyone else at your age. And by the time it comes to retire, you are just going to be set up. You're going to be so happy that you did this now while you're young and while you don't have major responsibilities to start paying for when you get older, and maybe you can't save as much money as you once did. So do it now. Live in that mentality, you know, like you're broke and you don't have much. You know, I did not change my lifestyle. I did not find a studio apartment, even though I can afford a studio apartment. I didn't do that because I know I still was living happy and comfortably then, and I want to prioritize saving money and doing that. Cut out the subscriptions. You know, you don't need Netflix, you don't need Hulu, HBO, Amazon Prime, you don't need all of them. Me personally, I only have one subscription, which is Hulu, and I even get that covered through my credit card I have Spotify, and honestly, like, that's about it. That's all I have. I have YouTube, and that's free. You know, cut out the subscriptions because you don't need all of it. Are you really gonna go to the gym every single month? Are you really gonna go to the gym? When I first moved here, I had a Blink Fitness subscription, and that one's only like $15. But like, I never went. And just be honest with yourself. If you know you are not using these subscriptions, cut them out. This is how these companies make so much money, is because people like us get these subscriptions, forget that we have it, forget that we're canceling, do not check your credit card statements, and it turns out you've been being charged for ESPN Live when you know you don't even watch sports. Schedule your eat outs. Like, I know you want to spend time with friends, but schedule them. It maybe only go out like 3 times out of the month or 4 times out of the month. Maybe like you just go out on Saturdays instead of going out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe you choose one night where you just splurge and you just treat yourself and take yourself out to the nicest restaurant. But schedule them and create a budget for yourself that is like extra money after you saved however much that you want to save. You don't need to be eating out every single night. What? You don't have champagne?
We don't actually.
No. Schedule your eat outs and honestly be upfront and honest with your friends and let them know, like, hey, you guys, I'm trying to save money. I don't want to go out and do as much. Maybe let's find some activities that we can do outside. It's about to be warmer outside, or maybe we can get materials and cook in the house and have a fun like Hulu night, because Hulu is my only subscription that I have. Plan things with your friends. And if your friends are not cool with that, if they either make fun of you or don't want to hang out with you because you're not wanting to spend money, they are not good friends. Trust me. Take it for someone who's been there, who realized the real people that were in my life after I set boundaries for yourself. Credit cards. I've honestly saved so much money by having credit cards, and this one is for a certain type of people. You have to be responsible if you are going to do this, because if you know yourself and you know you're not responsible, then just don't do this. Like, don't put yourself in this situation. So I do this thing called credit card churning. It's where you open up a bunch of credit cards for the sign-up bonus and you use that on miles. I found this to be very beneficial for me because I'm someone, number one, who's responsible. I have all these credit cards, but I only really use one main credit card. And as soon as I put something on my credit card, I immediately pay it off. And of course, like, the only things I'm gonna put on my credit card are things that I'm gonna buy anyway, like groceries. Sometimes I put rent on my credit cards to get the sign up bonus, and I immediately pay it off afterwards. If you are someone who's not responsible and you know you're just gonna be spending the money because I have it, then this is not the step for you. But if you know you can be responsible, it's, in my opinion, really good to have all these credit cards because it shows that you have a bigger credit line, and therefore it's honestly gonna help to like raise your credit score. Obviously do this in like increments of time, because when you open a credit card, it is gonna ding your credit score just a little bit, and you might have hard inquiries on your credit line. So just don't do this like all at once. Give it some time in between to where you can get those hard inquiries off your account so it doesn't mess with your credit score as much. But this is great. Once you get these sign-up bonus, you can redeem these sign-up bonuses for travel miles. So I took a lot of trips like 2 years ago, and I didn't really spend much money on purchasing these tickets because I was able to redeem them with airline points through my credit card. For Christmas, I would always wait for Black Friday, and I would always save up some of my points so that I can use my points to get Christmas presents. So these are also ways that you can save money. It's free money that you're getting for your credit card. Like I said, if you're responsible, then this is definitely like a good option for you. I have about like 10 different credit cards. Yeah, it's crazy. And honestly, my credit score has just shot up. Let your money work for yourself. And this one's a really important one. This is when you start to think smarter and more strategically with your money. That is gonna help your money grow. So what do I mean by this? I mean by diversifying your portfolio when it comes to your financial accounts. You don't want to have your money in just like one main account. So beforehand, I have like a Chase account, and Chase like basically like charges you to like use their bank account, and they don't really offer you like a good interest rate like other bank accounts do. So if I have a savings account, like, I'm not gonna do it with Chase, because at that point, like, I'm basically losing money. The inflation is rising, the value of a dollar is rising. So a value of a dollar 20 years from now is not the same value this year. So if you are just having your money in just like a basic like savings account that is not growing with interest over time, you are basically losing money. And like I said, please watch my other video, because I definitely go way more in depth about what each of these accounts are. But these are the different accounts that I have that have either like tax benefits to them or really good interest rates that is helping my money grow over time. Number one account, you want to have a 401k. So this is usually offered through your job. Again, watch my video, I explain everything in it. So a 401k, also a Roth IRA account is another retirement fund that has really great tax benefits to it. I also have a HSA account, which is a health savings account. This has amazing tax benefits for you as well for when you retire, and just like medical benefits. I also have a high yield savings account, which is just like for my emergency fund, but it has like a really good interest rate to where it is still consistently growing over time. It's not being stagnant. I have a brokerage account, which is money that it's like after I'm done putting all my money into like the tax benefits account, this is just like leisure money for like later if I want to try like investing in stocks and stuff like that. Then I put it in my brokerage account, invest in stocks, and the money is still growing through inflation if I just like buy and hold there. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.